Okay, so welcome back to another video. Um, it's 2026 now, so there's new goals, new priorities, and everything. This is the year that I'm gonna really take saving seriously. To be fair, I have taken saving seriously in 2025. I hit goals. I was able to max out my LISA. I was able to be fair, I was able to max out my cash ISA. No, my ISA allowance. So that was spread across my lifetime ISA and my cash ISA. And other monies I had saving outside that just went that just went south. So this year I'm going to be more intentional because I do want to start saving for a property. I want to start saving for my future, all these other things. So any disposable income that I have or extra income that I have is going to go straight into savings. So I'm just going to run through my budget, not my budget, my binders that I've set up for 2026. So we have three of them now. So you're familiar with these two. Nothing much has really changed, but I'm just going to go through the categories and like my thoughts behind it. Still have my little inspirational quote there. And it says, this journey is a marathon, not a sprint. And yeah, it is true. So first one, it's nice to have the first one. By the time that I actually cash stuff this, it might like change around or something depending on how I feel. So we have the month ahead. We have our LISA. And as you know, a LISA in the UK is £4,000 for the year, well, for the tax year. I want to do groceries. Even though last year we did max out our stockpile that I had accumulated, I want to maybe kind of double it or at least add 50% of the initial one that I saved. I think I saved last year £500. So even if I can save like £1,000 towards groceries for whenever I move out, not whenever, for when I move out and to buy my foods and so on, I'm not kind of like stressed or anything. I have the money put aside so I can still function as normal. And all these things, I made them myself. Not the trackers. Some of the trackers I did make, but I don't think I'll be featuring them yet. Just because I want to focus on these ones first, and the ones that I've made myself, that's more of like a fun activity, which I think by the time I tackle this first half of the year, for the first 6 months of the year, then I can start focusing on other stuff that will maybe go into 2027. But you know what? It's still early. We'll see. January is still a long month, so we still have to get through this. So as I made these labels myself, some of them you'd have noticed from last year, and some of them I just made a bit big or whatever. So groceries, my saving challenge, commuting. This is a new one as I want to start putting aside monies for transport because I don't know where I'm going to move to. That's the whole process of like looking for a place. You need to start factoring in commuting. So even if that means on the ground and rail, I don't mean overground, because overground is still classed as on the ground. Rail means like you're living outside of London. You have to get the rail into like the major stops would be like King's Cross, Liverpool Street, London Bridge, those parts like Farringdon, those places that you'd normally get the rail to get into. So I'm going to start putting aside some monies for that. Buffer, emergency fund, new appliance. With the new appliance as well, we did start saving, but then I found this way would be much easier for me, is what I've just started putting a tracker as to what I need. So this one would be savings for a microwave. I don't know how much is a microwave at this point, but I'm just going to save that amount. So it's all going to go into, so I'm going to save for a microwave. I'm going to save for a washing machine because I already have a dryer that I bought earlier up in 2025 last year because our dryer packed up. So I'm like, yeah, when I'm leaving, I'm just going to take my dryer with me. So any like electrical goods that I bought, I'm taking them with me. So yeah, house deposit, we're going to save towards that. So this is this binder, which will be my essentials, the ones that I definitely need to put in monies to. Then we have this one. I don't know what I'm just going to call these binders. So again, we still have the self-care here. We haven't changed these labels. They're still the same labels. Black Friday. I'm going to say for Black Friday because there's one item. I think I did mention it last year. Not really. I didn't really mention it last year because I've kind of like been MIA for a while. As you notice, the name of the channel has changed because me and my partner are no longer together, and I built this based on the both of us. And now that we've gone our separate ways, it's just time for me to branch it on my own, do everything on my own, because I was doing it on my own anyways. So it's just time for me to buckle down and definitely focus on myself. So for Black Friday, I want to save to put into my new place. I want one of those Dyson fan that's a heater and a fan. So I'm definitely saving towards. That's the only thing I can actually think of right now that I want in my new place. Holiday. Retirement. I'm still debating on retirement. I'm still going to put monies into retirement, but I think it's going to have a different meaning as to what it is. Concert. Because I definitely want this year to be my concert. Yeah, I do want to go to a few concerts. We do have Reggae Land. We do have City Splash. Any artist that comes over to the UK, I want to go and see them, because last year I didn't really see anyone. No, I did see a few people, but I definitely want a fund that's definitely dedicated to concerts. And those are the major ones that I want to go to. Future. I started looking into like weddings. Even I don't have a partner at the moment, I'm still going to save towards a future. So a future partner or a future baby or something like that. Starting to put money away, because I did look into how much the statutory pay is for maternity, and it's like 160 something pounds or something like that. So even if I can just start to put away bit by bit, so at least once I get that pay, whenever I get pregnant, once I get that pay, I still have some money to supplement it as well, that I can still live my normal life. Credit card buffer. This one, I wanted to start it last year, but that didn't happen. So what I plan to do with this is when I move, I want to apply for Amex card. So everything that I'm going to buy for my place would be on my Amex card. I do have the monies that's going to be put back into there. So as soon as I get the bill for the end of the month, I already have the money set aside, pay off the credit card. So with me using the Amex card, I'm just going to like build up my points and everything so I can benefit from it. And then we have mortgage overpayment that I want to, yes, I created this one myself. It's a bit slapdash, but yeah, it's what I felt comfortable doing. So with mortgage overpayment, I want to start putting aside a little extra money. So even if I can make at least one extra payment for the whole year towards my principal, it's better than nothing. So that's binder number 2 finished. I remember last year I only had 2 binders. Now this year I have 3 whole binders. Sorry, I just had to burp. So with this binder, it's going to be a part of my extra income. So again, I made this tracker kind of thing. And it's going to show like each month I'm going to put in like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, blah, 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 blah. And with this one, it's going to be interest that I've received from monies that I have put away. And it's not monies, it's not interest that's taxable, it's interest that's tax-free, or income that's tax-free. So I'll put the amount and then I'll allocate it, and then obviously what the balance is. So let me show you how I've set up this binder. And don't mind that they're mixed match envelopes inside here. I have to do it what I can. I have to do it what I have. It's time to save money. So yeah, let me just see this not coming apart. But yeah, I do have the envelope. So what I plan to do, I do remember when I did the saving challenges last year, I was rolling the dice on my phone. So I plan to do the same thing of rolling the dice, and the money goes within this. Even if it's just like £100 a month extra interest that I'm getting, I can break that down into 10 increments. So like £10 each envelope might get, depending on how many, whatever the dice rolls. So I have 1 that's going to go towards birthdays. I have 2 is going to go towards a summer savings, because what I want to do, when I was growing up, we used to have barbecues every year. So once I get my place, I want to kind of carry on that tradition, even if it might not be every year, but I definitely know I'm gonna do like a housewarming, and I prefer to do it during the summertime than the wintertime, wherever. So again, I'm just planning for the future and have the money there and make it accumulate interest as well. 3, what's 3? 3 is gonna be date night. So whoever I'm dating at the time, whenever I decide to put myself back out there, at least I have some funds to start saying, okay, yeah, we go out for coffee or something like that. That's the fund that's already there. 4 is going to be a Christmas gift fund. It's not really going to be a Christmas gift fund. It's just going to be a Christmas fund. So again, once I'm at my place, if I decide to host Christmas one, maybe my first Christmas or whatever, I have monies that can help me with it. 5, we have new clothing. Again, even since last year, I started to kind of like be a bit more conscious of the items that I'm buying. I'm buying more like cotton, wool, silk, those kind of natural fibers instead of all these polyesters and rayon and these other clothing that just gives you all these issues. That's what I want to get into and start to save my money towards. Then we have number 6. I don't have the same label. I had it, but I don't know what I've done with it. I don't know if maybe because it was a part of like the laminating strip, I might have threw it out by accident and not realize it, because at the back of it is white. So I might have thought it was like junk or something because it wasn't flipped over. So we have number 6. If it rolls on a 6, I'll still put the money in there, but then this money will be reused. What that means is that I can redistribute it somewhere. So if I decide, okay, my grocery fund maybe needs £100 to just close it off, I can use the money out of reuse and top it up, and that's it. That's finished with. So that's my 3rd folder done. And then the last thing, I am very old school when it comes to like my accounts. So everything is still digital, but then in terms of tracking, I love the old school way of just like writing down everything. So I've just created this. I've been using this since last year anyways. So it's just a monthly budget. It's going to have the date as to when I get paid, the description of the categories I want to put the money in, the opening balance, the amount that I'm putting in, and the closing balance for that amount. So then it knows, okay, if I decide to take money out of appliance, I know in appliance I might have like £1,500. So that's the money that's in there. So I have a few pages here. So this will do me well for the 12 months. And yeah, this is my binder setup for the 2026 financial year, kind of, or the 2026 budgeting year. But yeah, until the next video, bye.